Hey YouTube, this will be my first review, and today we're going to compare the Sony PlayStation 3 to the Microsoft Xbox 360. So we're going to be going through things like gaming, software, controllers, and online. So first, let's basically start out with the hard drive. My purchase of the Xbox 360 was the 4 GB hard drive for $149. I later, 2 days later, regretted getting the 4 GB. Although it was cheap, I ran out of that memory very fast. And the newer Xbox 360s, the S-Type, you need an internal hard drive, so I just went out and bought a 250 gig internal hard drive. And this is the newer, smaller PlayStation 3, which they decided to take out backwards compatibility, and this is the 160 gig, which I purchased for $299. So first, let's just go on about the controllers. This is a standard wireless Xbox 360 controller, came with the Xbox, and first thing I've always complained about the Xbox 360 controllers is bulkiness. They are very bulky, see, thick, sometimes hard to get hands around, and other than that, very good quality. I've never really broken a controller. Wireless, runs on 2 AA batteries. And let's move on to the PlayStation 3 controller. The PlayStation 3 controller is snug. It fits nicely in the hand, very small, nice joysticks, and it reminds me a little of the PlayStation 2 controller, except lighter and smaller. And completely wireless, no controllers, charged with a standard USB. And yeah, so for the controllers, I'd have to give it to the PlayStation 3. Now let's move on to games. First off, both systems, they have great games, multi-platform and platform, but let's just talk about the platform first. First off, I'll start with the Xbox 360 platforms, like Halo, Gears of War, Fable, Alan Wake, Dead Rising, and Left 4 Dead. So, first off, Halo series, amazing. Gears of War, been a big fan since 2006. Fable, always loved it since the first Xbox game. Alan Wake, very enjoyable. Dead Rising, just zombie killing fun. And Left 4 Dead, basically the same. Now, the PlayStation 3, I'm not gonna be a big fan. I don't want to favor it, but the platforming games they're amazing. Infamous, amazing. Uncharted, best games I've ever played. Resistance, great shooter. Killzone, amazing shooter. And I've always been a big fan of the SOCOM series since PlayStation 2. God of War, since PlayStation 2, been a huge fan. And always been a supporter of Ratchet and Clank. So, moving on, graphics-wise, I'd have to give it to the PlayStation 3. Also, for platforming games, the PlayStation 3. The graphics on the PlayStation 3 are more sharp and diligent. Not the word I was looking for, but they're very sharp. They're amazing. And I run a standard Rocketfish HDMI cable through both, and I play on 1080p most of my games. But more PlayStation 3 games are on 1080p, newer, and I love them. I love the graphics on the PlayStation 3. Don't get me wrong though, the Xbox 360 graphics are very sharp too. Ever since 2006, it was a really big uprise for Microsoft. They were just great, and their first games were just amazing. Halo 3 came out a little while after, I think maybe a year after, and it was just an amazing game, and I still pop in Halo 3, and big fan of Halo Reach. Let's move on to the live. So, PlayStation Network, we all remember what happened. It went down for about a month because of some hackers. So, PlayStation Network, other than that, it's alright. It's not Xbox Live, but it has its own, unique feel. Some of the games you can't get the same thing on Xbox 360, like Killzone and SOCOM, just very well team-based games. But if I'm going to be playing Call of Duty, I'd move to the Xbox 360 Live. because it's more fluent. I find more people are on the Xbox 360, but if you're looking for the best bang for the buck, PlayStation 3, because the network is free unless you want to go unless you want PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus is, I think it's about $69.99 for a year, and then for the Xbox 360 1 year live membership, gold membership, it's $59.99. But don't get me wrong, both great online systems. But for the Xbox Live, I'm going to have to give it for the Live, I'm going to have to give it to the Xbox 360. Moving on, PlayStation and Xbox 360 both have newer, unique installments to them. The Xbox 360 recently came out with the Kinect. And the Kinect is a lot of fun. You don't have to hold the controller in your hand. It's just basically stand in front of the camera and make yourself look like a fool, but have fun while doing it. And then the PlayStation 3 has released the PlayStation Move, which is also a lot of fun. I mean, you have to hold controllers, so it's kind of similar to the Wii, except you pick up Killzone 3, you get the plastic gun, and you have yourself a blast. It's a lot of fun. So, for newer releases, I'm going to have to give it to the PlayStation 3 because I honestly love the Move, and I don't mind holding controllers, but, I mean, still a lot of fun for the Xbox 360, and either way, they both did a very good job. The Kinect did a very good job, and the Move did amazing. So, anyways, so the PlayStation 3 has some more key installments. So, it has a Blu-ray player, which is a great feature. I only purchase Blu-ray movies now. I sort of drifted away from the whole DVD and VHS a long time ago, since I got my PlayStation 3 about 2 years ago. And the Xbox 360, just standard DVD player. And I am a subscriber to Netflix on both of the systems. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of Netflix. Everybody should have Netflix. It's amazing. So, to wrap it up, for the money, I'd give it to the Xbox 360 because, I mean, $149, you can't go wrong. For the Live, Xbox 360. For the gaming and performance and graphics, PlayStation 3. Yes, I said it, PlayStation 3. For the controller, PlayStation 3. Reasons, I just like the smaller and the feeling. And to wrap it up, both systems are equally good, and I love them both. And I know I stuttered a little in this video, my first YouTube video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.